have easily the best background.
Yeah, is that metal?
Your stuff is cool, dude. Look at what you got going on there.
It is a little. It's not metal, but it's like it's really cool. Actually, I'm going to give them props. Yeah, it's from a company called Hot Toys. They make really cool stuff. A lot of questions for you guys. I'm curious. This is going to be I like to throw a curveball for my first question. For both of you, if someone has never seen anything that you've done before, what's the first thing you want them to watch and why?
That's a great question. Winslow, you go first. I've done too many things. Let me think.
Okay, wait, the first thing of mine. Ooh, this is a tough question. That's a tough question. Okay. I mean, I would say maybe 8-Bit Christmas. I mean, it's if you're looking for a comedy with Winslow Fegley, I would recommend 8-Bit Christmas. It's a great movie. And then also I was in, Timmy Failure. I played Timmy Failure, and that's a great Disney movie. It was awesome. That's an awesome movie as well.
You picked two things. You picked two. If you keep going, and now we're going to get to three. I'm joking.
I'm going to stop there, but I would recommend 8-Bit Christmas for sure.
Sure.
For me, I would say I hosted the Tony Awards in 2015, and I did this number called Bigger, where we were back in Radio City Music Hall, and I got to do just kind of a little bit of everything. I got to sing. I jumped through a hoop. I did a magic trick. It was a crazy thing. It was short, right? So you wouldn't have to, you'd go, who is this Neil Patrick Harris? And then you'd see it. And I think you'd get a good representation of the nonsense that I seem to do on the regular.
Before I jump into talking to you about 8-Bit Christmas, Neil, I just have to ask you an individual question. Did you think when you got called about being in a Matrix movie that someone was punking you, or did you actually believe it was real?
That's a really interesting question. I didn't think I was being punked, but I didn't know that I was speaking to Lana about a Matrix movie. It was very, very hush hush, the whole thing. So it was really a sort of a chemistry conversation with the director, Lana Wachowski, about just vibing. And I assumed it may be for that, but I wasn't told it was for that. So it was my own red pill rabbit down the rabbit hole moment of getting to know someone I'd never met in a very succinct way. And I guess it went well because I got a small part in the movie.
Couldn't be more excited for that film. Winslow, before you made this movie, did you even know what a Nintendo NES was?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a video game geek, and I knew about the NES, and I knew about the Switch and Nintendo, of course, as in general. But I have the Switch, and that's like the little baby grandson of the NES, and it was a lot of fun, just seeing how important it was and influential it was, and getting to play around with it, and just seeing the whole thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I would argue the NES is beyond important to the history of video games. But for both of you guys, I felt like this movie has a real Christmas story vibe to it, in terms of, but just for a new generation that is about video games. Can you sort of talk about that energy of the film?
That's why I signed up for it, mate. I read the script and I thought this is very much on brand with Christmas Story, which is one of my favorite all-time movies. Definitely a Christmas perennial favorite. And I loved the VO. I loved that it was smart, that it had clever dialogue for both the contemporary adult part and the throwback kids parts. It seemed like something I would want to be in, want to watch, and want to show my kids. So yeah, on brand. And I think we hit the mark. It's surprisingly more sentimental than I thought it would be when I read the script, because Christmas Story is kind of acerbic and a little bit like a darker indie Christmas film in its own way, right? But this one feels a little more warm and fuzzy in the right way, the kind of thing that you want to watch with your kids and say, oh, that was a really good movie, I liked it. So proud of it.
for both of you guys, and like everybody, and Winslow, you're still a kid, but when you were even younger, I'm curious, what was the thing that you both were desperate to get? I'm sure you've answered this before, but like the thing that you would have literally cut off your right arm to own.
Well, I don't know. So, last year I really wanted an Oculus Quest, and I got an Oculus Quest, which was really nice and it's super cool. It's the VR. And then also I've kind of always wanted to, build like a crazy robot or something. And I do that a lot. I build robots and stuff. I have a lot of fun doing that stuff.
I love that your answer is a virtual reality system. Because my answer was going to be a snake. And in a like one of those aquariums, like a snake, and I never got one of those because you had to feed it like frozen mice or something, and then no one. The idea of the snake was fun, and then the feeding the snake seemed like it was never going to be a good time. But yeah, VR is much cooler.
There's the difference in generations, right there.
Snake.
Well, I also want a dog. I want a dog this Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, but Winslow, are you going to be willing to walk the dog even when it's cold outside?
Well, while I'm here.
They'll be playing VR.
Right, exactly. Right. That's so true. For both of you, I'm not sure, Neil, if you're a video game person. I know you have kids. Maybe they are. For both of you guys, if you could only like keep a game or two on an island, what are those games that you have to have?
Oh, that's a great question. I buy all of the video game systems, and I have for a long time, and I play them almost never because I'm so excited about the hype, and I'm able. Back then, I was a working kid actor, right? So I could afford to get the cool game quickly, but then I didn't have the time to really play it. But what would I choose? I'd choose one of the open world things right now. I'd probably choose like a Legend of Zelda-y kind of thing that you. What about Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, that's kind of a good game.
See, I bought the PS5. I didn't buy. I was given a PS5 for a gift. Dude, I know. I haven't played it one time. I might as well sell the thing on eBay because you can make a.
Give it to me. Give it to me. I'm kidding.
Maybe I will. No, I won't. But I don't have the time because these games are so huge now that I like a family. What am I supposed to do? Am I going to sit up in my attic and play PS5? Once you start a game, you're going to play it for 47,000 hours. But if I was on an island, I'd probably play Red Dead Redemption and like one of those Super Mario World things with a bunch of mini games.
Yeah, I would play. I would bring Minecraft for sure. It's my all-time favorite game.
That's a good answer.
It would always will be. Play it all the time. And then I would also probably bring. I'll bring my Quest, and I would play like one of the zombie games or something, like Arizona Sunshine or something, because I love like that stuff. That's super cool.
On that note, I need to stop. I'm just going to say congrats on the movie. I really do hope it's a big hit for you guys. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Steven.